Okay, I just finished Act 1, Scene 4 and 5. Scene 4 was pretty short, just like a page or so, and it's between Tom and Laura. Tom is kind of stumbling in. He's been drinking, and he's lost his key in the crack in the fire escape or whatever, and Laura comes out, Tom, what are you doing? What have you been drinking? Blah blah blah. Are you okay? And he says that he's been at the movies this whole time, and he talks about all the different things that he saw at the movies. And there's like 12 different things that he just had to stay there for. I mean, at the movies, because at this point I'm pretty dubious about his goings on, and I'm pretty sure he's just at a bar or something. But yeah, I mean, he goes on and on about all the different things that that he saw, and he just lists them off. It comes easily, not much hesitation. So, I mean, either this is really true, or he's just gotten so good at lying about where he is because this has been going on for a while. But he does start talking about like this magician that he saw and all the magic things that he did. He actually blames the magician for why he's kind of drunk because he said that the magician turned water into whiskey, or turned wine into whiskey, then turned it back into water, then etc. etc. A magic trick. And he says, but the wonderfulest trick of all was the coffin trick. We nailed him into a coffin, and he got out of the coffin without removing one nail. There's a trick that would come in handy for me. Get me out of this 2x4 situation. And I've heard a little bit about this, so I kind of talk from experience, but I kind of think this is foreshadowing a little bit, or you could call it that, because he wants the coffin for Tom is his situation right now, living with Amanda and Laura, having to work to provide for them, not being able to reach any of his dreams. He's stuck inside this. It's like he's dead. He can't live the life that he wants to live. And he wants to get out of the coffin without removing a single nail. He wants to leave the life that he has without, you know, hurting his mom and his sister. I mean, it's this kind of like, well, I just want everyone else to be okay and be able to go on without me, but I don't want to have to be the one to make everything okay for them. And I kind of think that's what it is, and that's he doesn't want to leave the way his father did, but in his heart, that's what he wished he could do. And Laura, mostly in the scene, I think it's not really about her. She's just kind of saying, oh, where were you? Be quiet, you're gonna wake up mother. And I think she kind of knows kind of what's going on. Because it says, like, innocently, did you have to stay there the whole time? She knows what's going on. But then, they come inside, and Tom goes down to where, goes to sleep on the daybed or something. And then scene 5 quickly follows that, and that's everyone's waking up, all the alarm clock goes off, and Tom and Amanda aren't talking. So Amanda tells Laura to get Tom up. Says, tell Tom that he needs to get up, rise and shine, blah blah blah. So Laura has to come in there to tell him to get up, and things are still, strained between the two of them, Amanda and Tom. But then Amanda sends Laura off to get some butter so that um, she and Tom can talk. It's a little awkward at first. She just kind of sips his coffee, and they make awkward eye contact and cough, and then he apologizes even though he really didn't want to, and he is so stubborn, so I was a little surprised by that. And she goes all melodramatic and says, oh, am I such a bad person? I make my kids not want to talk to me and stuff. And then it kind of gets to where it's kind of a nice moment because she's like, I want things to be good for you, and I love you guys so much, and I just don't want you to become an alcoholic like your father. And she talks about how much she cares about him. And he's like, okay, okay, I'm sorry, and everything. And that's pretty nice. But then she goes right back, telling him how to drink his coffee and stuff. And, telling him stop being so instinctual. Because that's what he says, the reason that he's out, going to movies is because he wants adventure in his life. which makes sense. So maybe it is the movies, who knows. Um, but the only reason that she got Tom alone is so they could talk about Laura. And Amanda, she wants, I mean, I guess she wants good things. She wants her to get married. She wants her to find someone. I think she sort of lives a little bit vicariously because her marriage didn't go well and she didn't have everything she wanted to have, and so she just doesn't want she doesn't want Laura to end up the way she has, but Laura isn't Amanda. She just isn't. Uh, but finally, Amanda says to Tom, "You need to stop being so selfish. You need to start thinking about Laura for a change, because once Laura is all squared away, then you don't have to worry about anything. But right now, you need to stop being selfish." Which I guess he's the provider of the family, but how is it selfish? Because he's doing all the work. So I didn't agree with that. But her final thing that she wanted from Tom is for Tom to find a nice young man at the warehouse that he works at to introduce to Laura. And he's like, "No, I'm not going to. There's not good guys there." But then, upon Amanda saying, please, Tom, please," he says, "Okay," and then he goes off to work. So there's just such strange and strained relationships within the whole thing, and no one ever asks anyone what they want, or at least like Amanda doesn't ask Laura what she wants. If she even wants to get married, because she just knows what's best. She doesn't ask Tom if he wants to put creamer in his coffee. She just says that he has to because it's bad for his stomach if he doesn't. Okay.